Hello again and welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to continue our look at possible top rookies who could be included in the upcoming 2021 Topps Series 1 release, which is scheduled to come out in stores on February 10th, just a little less than a month away. Yesterday, if you watched my video, we looked at the National League rookies, and today we're going to switch over to the American League and see which possible players could have some of the top rookie cards in the American League. Now, in my opinion, I think the National League group is a little bit stronger, but I don't know. If you disagree with me, make sure to put some of your feedback in the comments. So just as in the National League, we'll start out looking at the pitchers. I've got a few here. Get this out of the glare for you. I've picked 5 pitchers, although I probably could have picked 6 or 7. I'll go ahead and say right now I did not include Tristan McKenzie of the Indians or Clark of the, his first name's escaping me right now, Clark of the New York Yankees. But nonetheless, here we go. Here are 5 pitchers who could have a rookie card in Topps Series 1 in this upcoming year. We'll go right to left again. The first one from my hometown Kansas City Royals is Brady Singer. Now, Brady Singer is no longer a rookie. He expired that eligibility over the past season. He was a part of the Royals rotation for almost the whole year. 24 years old, first-round pick out of the University of Florida. He pitched 64 innings, had 61 strikeouts, put up an ERA plus of 113, so he was an above-average pitcher in his very first year. That's the blue parallel there out of Bowman. And then another one who has some ties to me is Tanner Houck from the University of Missouri. He really, to be honest, surprised me with how well he pitched last year. In 2020, he came up, pitched 17 innings, only gave up 1 earned run in 17 innings with 21 strikeouts. He went 3-0 for the Red Sox with a 0.53 ERA. And he's a former first-round pick as well. He was picked in 2017's draft in the first round out of the University of Missouri. And I knew he would be all right, but he just really exceeded expectations. Obviously, I don't expect him to have a 0.53 ERA again this upcoming year, but he will possibly be a player who has a rookie card and one you may want to look out for. Another one that will not kind of go under the radar is Casey Mize. Casey Mize, the former #1 overall pick in 2018 out of, I believe he went to Auburn, and he's always been the top pitching prospect in baseball, it seems, since he has been drafted. So he's got that filthy splitter that he uses. He didn't quite have the success that you would have liked in the majors last year. Pitched 28 innings, gave up 22 runs, did have 26 strikeouts, but nonetheless, he's got an awesome pedigree and will be counted on for many, many years to come for the Tigers. So even though his stats weren't that great last year, do not shy away from Casey Mize, as obviously he's a well-known name in the hobby. Here's another one, Nate Pearson. I picked up this autograph at a card show for, looks like $10 last year. Nate Pearson had arm trouble, and so he did not pitch that much last year. I believe he still counts as a rookie this year. He's 24 years old, another first-round pick. Only pitched 18 innings before he got shut down, gave up 12 earned runs, and had 16 strikeouts. So Mize and Pearson, neither one probably put the stats out there that they would have liked, but they were 2 of the probably top 5 pitching prospects going into last year. So hopefully they can bounce back this year and impress with their performance. And then here's another one, Tarik Skubal for the Detroit Tigers. So we've got 2 Tiger pitchers in this one. Skubal came up last year as a part of the rotation with Casey Mize and did all right. Not exactly lighting the world on fire or anything, but he pitched 32 innings, gave up 20 runs, had 37 strikeouts, and he was a former 9th-round pick out of the Seattle area, I believe actually the University of Seattle, in 2018. So these 5 guys are probably 5 of the better pitching rookies we could see out of the American League in Topps Series 1. And like I said, I think it's Clark Schmidt. I said Clark. It's Clark Schmidt for the Yankees. Tristan McKenzie, I didn't include him for Cleveland. And there's others that I could have, Davey Garcia for the Yankees as well, so I apologize if I glossed over them. Okay, now let's look at the position players, because let's be honest, the position players are the cards that are going to carry the higher value, at least when it comes to card collecting. Number 10, number 9. I've got 9, kind of like you have 9 in a batting lineup here. Number 9, who I'm most excited about, is this guy, Bobby Dalbec. This is his first Bowman Chrome from 2016, but Bobby Dalbec is the number 100 prospect in this year's top 100. He's a little bit older than some of the other guys that you'll see in this list of position players. He's 25 years old, picked in the 4th round, but he is kind of one of those guys who's going to strike out a lot, but he's going to hit for a lot of power, and he's going to walk a decent amount, kind of like in that Adam Dunn 3 true outcomes type of a player. So he played 23 games last year in 80 at-bats, had 8 homers, 263, had an OPS plus of 152. So he's got great power. Probably going to play first base. Could also play third, but with Rafi Devers out there, he'll probably get first base as most of his playing time. That's what it said on MLB.com when I checked it out a little bit earlier. Number 8 on my list is a catching prospect for Texas, Sam Huff. He just had his first Bowman Chrome card. This is last year, 2020 first Bowman Chrome. Even though he got drafted all the way back in 2016, you can see he was a 7th round pick in 2016. But Texas was out of it so early in the year last year that they called up some of their young kids. Sherton Apostle, it did not make this list, but he's another guy who could be in tops and made his debut last year as well. But Sam Huff is a catcher and did a nice job. He's only 23 years old. In 10 games, he had picked up 31 at-bats, hit 3 homers, batted .355 with a .394 on-base percentage. Obviously, a super small sample size, but he's a guy to look out for as well. If he has a rookie card, that might be one to latch on to. Here's another New York Yankee, Estevan Florial, outfielder prospect for the New York Yankees, and he's obviously overshadowed by Jason Dominguez in a lot of the New York Yankee collecting circles. But don't sleep on Florial, because he had a good pedigree as well. He's 23 years old, only played in 1 game last year, so he only got 3 at-bats, went 1 for 3. But he's a guy that has decent power and good hitting ability, and a guy that you don't want to just gloss over and toss it into your common section, because Florial could be a valuable one in the future as well. Okay, we're making our way up. 876, this is number 5, Isaac Paredes. This is the Spanning the Globe insert from last year's Bowman out of Mexico. Isaac Paredes played quite a bit last year for Detroit at third base. Now, Detroit, third baseman, you're thinking, wait, they just drafted Spencer Torkelson, and they're trying to make him a third baseman. Well, I don't know. I don't know if Torkelson will eventually move back to first base, or maybe Paredes. This says he's a shortstop, although he played third base last year. If Paredes has the flexibility to play somewhere else. But Paredes is just about to turn 22, I believe. I think he might be 21 right now, and his birthday is just here in a few days. He played 34 games, had 100 at-bats, only hit .220 with a .278 on-base percentage, so he did not exactly light the stat sheet on fire, but as a 21-year-old in the MLB last year, he held his own, and he's someone that I know the Tiger fans are excited to see how he develops. We're working our way up the list. Here we go. This guy won the Gold Glove last year, Evan White of the Seattle Mariners. Now, he's not in the top 100 anymore because he was obviously a person who played pretty much the entire season, even from opening day. Seattle had named him a starter, so he exhausted his rookie eligibility. He is not going to count in the Rookie of the Year voting this year because he was part of that last year. He's 24 years old, played in 54 of the 60 games last year for the Seattle Mariners, had 182 at-bats, 8 homers, only hit 176, so not exactly an offensive powerhouse last year, but that's what people expected going into the season. He's an amazing defender. He won the Gold Glove in his very first year. Amazing defender, good runner, and out of the University of Kentucky. Everyone knew that his offense would be a little bit slower to develop, and so he had a pretty solid rookie year, and Evan White is a guy to look out for in Top Series 1. I picked up this card from local card shop there not that long ago for a few bucks, and it was a good deal. Okay, we're down to the top 4. Now, I think these are maybe in a little tier above the guys we've had so far. The top 4, Ryan Mountcastle comes in the number 4 spot. This is his first Bowman Chrome Refractor. Ryan Mountcastle of the Baltimore Orioles. You can see he was drafted in the first round in 2015, right there on the right-hand side, 36th overall. Mountcastle's 23, and Baltimore called him up last year, and he hit a lot better than a lot of people thought. Now listen to, his stats from last year. In 126 at-bats, he put up 5 home runs, 23 RBI, batted .333, had an OPS plus of 140, and if you're unfamiliar with OPS plus, 100 is the league average, so he was 140, which is very good. Now, obviously, a little bit of a smaller sample size with only 126 at-bats, but he was 8th in the Rookie of the Year voting, and he's still in the rookie eligibility, so he'll be eligible for Rookie of the Year again this year. He's number 90 in the MLB.com top 100. We're getting our way here to the top 3. Number 3, Nick Madrigal, out of Oregon State University. He played a decent amount last year, but he got hurt. Played mainly second base for the Chicago White Sox, got hurt, and then came back at the end of the year. So he is still going to count as a rookie this year. He's number 36 in the top 100 on MLB.com. You can see he was drafted right here, 4th overall, and he's kind of a shorter guy, 5'7", 165. If you don't know about Nick Madrigal, he is like the epitome of a contact hitter. Like, his stats in the minor leagues, you should check it out. How many at-bats he had in the minor leagues compared to how many strikeouts. The kid just hits the ball and puts it in play. He does not strike out. He just doesn't, and which is a complete rarity in today's game. He's not going to be a big power hitter. Obviously, being on a smaller frame, you're not going to see him hitting homers at the rate that some of these other guys will. But if you want a contact hitter, average hitter, guy who's going to put the ball in play and make things happen on the base paths, Madrigal's your guy because he's got speed to burn as well. He only had 103 at-bats last year, only struck out 7 times in 103 at-bats as a rookie, right? He's 23 years old. He hit 340 last year with a 376 on-base percentage. The kid has a bright future, and I mean, I don't know how high his card values will go because he's not going to be a home run hitter. You know, he's not going to be putting up Ronald Acuna, Cody Bellinger, Christian Yelich type of a stats as far as home run goes. But if you want just a pure power hitter, you know, think more of like an average hitter like a Tony Gwynn, a Wade Boggs, somebody like that, except with speed. Nick Madrigal is your man. Okay, number 2, this is a guy who didn't even play in the regular season. He made his major league debut in the postseason. That's Alex Kirilloff for the Minnesota Twins. And Kirilloff is obviously still a rookie. He kind of did the Adalberto Mondesi and made his major league debut in the playoffs. He's number 27 on the MLB Top 100 right now. And Kirilloff, only 23 years old, only played in the 1 postseason game and went 1 for 4. He was drafted number 15 overall out of the Pittsburgh area in 2016. And I think that he's probably going to have a starting spot as long as nothing goes wrong with injuries or he underwhelms with his performance in spring training this year, because Minnesota's got some holes in the outfield after they decided not to bring back Eddie Rosario, I believe. So it couldn't, maybe it's not as Rosario, but they didn't bring back one of their outfielders. And Kirilloff could be the man to step up and take that spot. I know the Twin fans have been waiting for him. He got banged up there in the minor leagues and had to sit out 1 year with Tommy John surgery, I believe, or elbow surgery. So they've been waiting for Kirilloff, and I think he's ready, and this is his year. So I don't know if they'll give him a rookie card after he only had one game in his season last year, and that was in the postseason. But Topps did the same thing with Adalberto Mondesi. Whenever he made his major league debut in the World Series in 2015, they still gave him a rookie card in 2016. Now, I think it was in Series 2, so he might be one that you have to wait on for Series 2, but Kirilloff will be a good one to hang on to if he does get released at some point next year into Topps products. Okay, and then number 1, this is the guy who's kind of the cover boy of the Topps Series 1 art that you saw on my channel and on the information you see on Cardboard Connection, Joe Adell, out of the Nashville, Tennessee area. Joe Adell obviously played quite a bit last year for Los Angeles, or whatever you want to call them, the Angels, Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim. He did not exactly light the world on fire, but he's got quite the pedigree as well. Throughout the minor leagues, he was drafted 10th overall in 2018 out of high school, and so he's got still a lot of potential, even though a lot of people are probably maybe disappointed. I mean, some of the more iconic images you think of with Joe Adell from last year was whenever he missed the fly ball and knocked it over the fence for a home run, or some of the strikeouts that he had, because he didn't exactly do the greatest. In 124 at-bats, he struck out 55 times, only put up 3 homers, and batted 161. But man, everybody knew he was going to strike out a ton, but he's got power, he's got speed, he is a good athlete, and just give him some time. Don't give up on Joe Adell. He was one of my favorites going into last year, and even though last year didn't work out that well for him, he really didn't play that much in AAA. He was hurt in 2019 and kind of slowly made his way up to AA, and then they just played him a little bit at AAA at the end of the year, but he really didn't have a lot of minor league seasoning, at least at the AAA level. So keep your eye out for Joe Adell. They may start him at AAA this year and then give him some time to build back up his his confidence before they bring him back up to the major leagues. But he will definitely be one of the main rookie cards, if not the #1 rookie card that people are looking for in Series 1. All right, guys, we're at 15 minutes, so I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up. If you think that I missed anyone, please feel free to put them in the comments. The American League, like I said, I don't think this class is quite as maybe deep as the National League. That National League group I put out yesterday is, man, it was pretty solid from #1 to #9. This one, I think there's a little bit more of a drop-off. But if you think I missed anybody, maybe Christian Javier for the Houston Astros, who pitched really well last year. There's Shed Long for Seattle, who I think doesn't have a card yet. And there's some other guys maybe I could have included as well. So if you think I maybe have missed somebody, feel free to put it in the comments. But I am getting super excited for Topps Series 1 to come out here in less than a week. Hopefully you guys are getting excited as well. Thank you so much for watching this video, guys. I'll catch you in another one. Be good out there.